Okay, first of all, we're gonna generate an AI image using ChatGPT. It is possible to generate 2-3 images in one day for free. So make sure to develop your idea, your prompt as detailed as possible. So what we do, we just go create image and just write whatever image you want to create. In my case, cozy living room with a fireplace, has a window with a forest view, evening time, overcast weather, and of course important 16:9 aspect ratio, so it fits a YouTube format. And here is the result. I mean, I'm sure you would agree that it's really impressive what you can do just without spending a dime. Really impressive. So just press here to download it and let's move to the next step. Now go to the website of photopea.com. It's an alternative version to Photoshop, which is free, and it's quite impressive with its capabilities. I would say it's very similar to Photoshop itself. Of course, it's missing some of advanced capabilities, but it will do a perfect job for you. So grab your image, drag it, and here you go. You have an interface almost exactly the same as in Photoshop. If you're familiar with Photoshop, it should be very easy. Now my idea is to add a fireplace here burning and add a rain behind the windows. Here's important things we have to do. First of all, we have to remove the fire, and to do that, create a new layer and we choose a clone tool. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna clone, for example, this area, and we're gonna paint it over the flame just to remove it, because when you add animation over a static fire, it's just not going to look well. Oh, by the way, you can download all the assets in the description below. This way you can follow me along and do exactly the same steps. You will take clone tool, hold Alt button, we sample this area, and then make sure the layer is selected, current and below, and now we sample the area. Okay, looks a bit harsh. Undo, right click, let's reduce hardness. I will reduce opacity as well, and let's paint it over. Try to match the color more or less. Doesn't have to be perfect because we will be adding a flame burning over there. All imperfections won't be visible. Okay, looks decent, looks really decent. Next step, we're gonna have to select a glass of the windows. And the purpose of this is so we can add a rain in exactly the same area, because we want the rain to happen exactly where is the glass part. So we grab a pen and now we just select. Once the selection is done, we go to Path, hold the Ctrl button, left click on this part, and now we made the selection. Then let's choose a brush tool, make sure it's a black color. Go back to layers, again we make sure that it's selected, right click, let's increase the size of the brush and just paint it over, just like that. As you can see, it's gonna paint in the area where we selected. Now one more thing, maybe let's make sure if the aspect ratio is good. We go to crop tool, select 16:9, crop it. So I don't believe it's a full HD resolution yet, so we can increase that by going to image size, and let's increase width by 1920, and height should be 1080. So resample, just leave it as it is, bilinear, and press OK. Our image upscaled to full HD quality. And now by having all this done, let's export our image. To do that, we go to File, Export as PNG. Choose your location and press Save. And then we're gonna do one more time. We're gonna hide the clone of fire and the background, and we will enable our windows. So make sure to save that as PNG. It's very important. Again, choose location and save it. Once you save both images, we are ready to move to the next step. Now for animations, we will use DaVinci Resolve 19 video editing software. So press free download now, choose your operating system, mine is Windows, fill in your details and press register and download. So once you start, you should see a window like that. Let's start a new project, go create the name, great. Now let's import our assets. So in this case, I have my main background, I have windows, then I have rain, and I have a fireplace. So now fireplace, it's from Pixabay. I will add the link below to download it. And the rain, this is I created myself. You can download it in the description below as well. All right, so make sure you are cut tab, take your background, drag it into the scene. Let's maybe move it like that. Then the next thing we need is a fireplace. Now let's take the edge of the background, let's extend it, at least to match it. Now I in particularly like this fireplace footage because it's really not necessary for me to create a loop out of it. By the way, duplicate, hold Alt button and drag it, because it kind of loops already. It's such a minor changes happening between the end and the beginning that it's not even noticeable. So I really love this footage right here. I encourage you to use it as well. So now what we're gonna do, as we have our footage here, we go to edit, we select our fireplace, hold Alt and just scroll in to zoom in into the timeline. With fireplace selected, make sure inspector is open here, video, and we're gonna just reduce the zoom, right? Let's scroll in, let's zoom in a little bit. Then we adjust position and Y-axis and X. Let's reduce the size again. Again, let's play with positioning. Perfect. Now, if you want position, choose screen. Okay, we have a start. It's not really visible that much. That we will improve. If you duplicate and select the top one, you can add, and you already see the difference we have. Looks great, but not perfect. We should actually cut the footage around, because as you can see it going outside the fireplace, and it has these harsh edges. To delete, backspace. So again, we select the first one, then we go to color, select here window. That says window, and here you should see a pen tool. Select again, let's zoom in, and I just select. I go back to edit mode. If I want to disable video trap for the moment, by pressing here, I want to disable the background. I go back to colors. What we have to do now, right here, where we have our node, right click, add alpha output. So you're gonna have a new button over here available. So we just connect blue to blue. And as you can see, we have a mask created. Here we can adjust a little bit of feathering or softness, so the edges are not that harsh, just a little bit. If we go back to edit, reveal the background, let's hold Alt and drag up to duplicate and add. You can even reduce a little bit of opacity. And if you play, as you can see, nice fireplace going. Okay, we have an audio here. I would like to remove it. So I will just select then this option over here, the next audio, this option over here, both select and backspace. So just to make it more clean and neat. All right, next step, we're gonna add some rain. To do that, we press right click, add a track. So this is one track will be for our window and another track will be for rain. So let's drag our window here. Let's match it together with the ending, and let's take the rain footage. And what I will do, I will extend all the way, because this rain over here is a looping rain that loops every 30 seconds. So I can extend the background here as well. And for this footage, I believe it's almost 10 seconds long. So we just right click, change clip duration, and it's just one frame too long. So I will add 0 here. Okay, and I'll do the same here. Change clip duration. I'll make it 0 here. And it's exactly 10 seconds long. I select both. I hold Alt button and I duplicate 2 times. So now I have all assets nicely aligned and fitting perfectly into 30 seconds. Now to make the rain appear inside the windows, we select the windows part. So now we select the windows. Again, we go to inspector video, composite mode, and we select alpha. Then we go to rain, again composite, and here we choose as a foreground. And voila, simple as that. Now the rain is appearing exactly behind the windows. Of course, we have to remove the black color first. And to do that, we're gonna select both layers, windows and the rain. We're gonna right click and we create new compound clip. And for this compound clip, we change composite mode to screen. And if you play it, here you go. You have a rain happening. Have a rain and a fireplace. And if you just select everything once more time, right click, new compound clip, you duplicate, and as you can see, it is a perfect loop. Now, if you feel comfortable with the software already, feel free to add your audio, extend the video to as long as you want, and then just export it. If not, export this video loop and import it to your preferred video editing software such as CapCut, for example. Very user-friendly, very easy to use. And one last thing, I will show you how to export this video. We go to Deliver, we choose format. If you are familiar with the video editing, you may want to go with QuickTime. If you're a beginner, just use MP4 and it's more than enough for you. We have already 24 frames per second. Then go to quality, let's choose the best one. Then choose location. Once you choose a location, it's done. Add to render queue and press render all. It might take a few seconds, maybe for some a few minutes, depending on your computer. Here is the final result, and as I promised you, it was made absolutely with free assets, with free softwares. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, if you have more ideas for the next tutorial, just leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next video.